Hi, I'm Alessandro for H2O International South Africa, and we have made this short informational video because we are concerned about a sales scam called the jam jar or precipitator test, which is currently being used by a few unethical water purification companies to trick you into purchasing a type of domestic water purifier known as a reverse osmosis water purifier. Now firstly, I want to point out that it is not this type of water purifier that we are against, and we certainly have nothing against fair competition from other ethical and experienced water purification companies. It is rather this devious selling technique which we are against and what we would like to warn you about today. Some of you might have already seen this jam jar test, or even had a sales consultant come into your home and perform this so-called water quality test. If you have not yet seen the jam jar test, here is a brief explanation and demonstration of how the scam works. Basically, how this demonstration works is you have a simple electrical device called a precipitator, which is made up of two sets of iron and aluminium rods. Now this precipitator gets placed into two jars of water. One jar is filled with ordinary tap water, or sometimes the sales consultant will even fill it with water from your own water filtration system should you already have one. Now the other jar is filled with reverse osmosis water, which the sales consultant would have brought with them and which they would have produced from their own reverse osmosis system. Now reverse osmosis water purifiers basically produce a type of water which has a near to 0 percentage of dissolved minerals or dissolved substances in the water. We basically refer to this water as demineralized water. At this point, the sales rep will take the precipitator and suspend it in the two jars of water like so. The precipitator is turned on, and after a few seconds, a strange reaction can be observed in the jars of water. Basically what is happening here is a very common chemical reaction known as electrolysis. For all electrolysis reactions to take place, a direct current through a cathode and an anode is needed and suspended in a conductive liquid known as an electrolyte. In this reaction, the electrolyte is the water in the jars. What is key for this reaction to take place is that the water must be conductive. As the reaction occurs, new non-soluble elements are formed which are visible as a dark sludge. If you'd like to learn more about electrolysis reactions, click the link in the sidebar. At the end of the demonstration, you're left with a jar of tap water which now contains a dark brown sludge, while the RO water remains clean and clear. What you're told by the sales rep is that this dark sludge, which is formed in the jar of tap water, is actually formed by all the contaminants that are present in your tap water. While because the RO water has remained clean and clear, it therefore contains no contaminants and is the healthier water to drink. This statement is completely false and is also the key point of this whole scam. This demonstration has not shown us anything about the overall water quality of either the tap water or the RO water. All that is clear from this demonstration is that the tap water contains minerals and could therefore conduct electricity and facilitate the electrolysis reaction, while the RO water contains little or no minerals and is therefore non-conductive and could not facilitate the same reaction. But watch what happens when we add some minerals to the RO water by simply adding a little bit of natural everyday table salt. Just a small pinch of salt should be enough. Stir it a little to dissolve it in. Now let's take the same precipitator, put it back in, and turn it on and see what happens. As you can see, by adding table salt to the RO water, we've now introduced minerals to the RO water, making it conductive and able to facilitate the same reaction which is occurring in the tap water. Now, if anyone ever tries to do this demonstration to you, you can do the same thing. Add a little bit of table salt into the RO water, watch the reaction, and ask him to explain it. How can the sludge, which is now formed in both jars of water, represent harmful contaminants if all you've done to the reverse osmosis water is add some everyday healthy table salt? Now, another misconstrued and deceptively used demonstration, which is often used in conjunction with the jam jar test, is that of the measurement and explanation of the TDS level of water. Now, TDS stands for total dissolved solids or total dissolved salts. Now, there's a little bit of argument as to whether it actually stands for solids or salts. But what's important to remember for this demonstration is that the TDS is a measurement of the total amount of constituents which are dissolved in the water. Now, measuring the TDS is done using an electronic TDS meter like these. All that one does is simply dip the probes of the TDS meter in the water and read the TDS reading in parts per million on the display over there. So let's add some water and take a measurement. First, some tap water. And some reverse osmosis water. Since reverse osmosis water is demineralized water and therefore contains little or no dissolved constituents in it, one would expect to get a relatively low TDS reading. And there you can see the reading is 2 parts per million. Now, since normal tap water or even filtered water does contain dissolved minerals, one would expect to get a relatively high TDS reading from it. There you can see the measurement is 64 parts per million. What is now explained to you by the sales rep is that the TDS measurement is actually also a measurement of the level of contamination in the water and therefore quality of the water, with a high TDS level indicating high levels of contaminants and a low TDS measurement indicating low levels of contaminants. Therefore, since the RO water had a low reading, it therefore contains low contaminants and is the healthier water to drink. This statement is, of course, completely untrue. All that the TDS measurement shows is the total amount of dissolved constituents that are present in the water, and there is no way of knowing if they are made up of harmful contaminants or beneficial minerals. Therefore, the TDS measurement alone cannot be used as an accurate measure of water quality. This principle can be proven and demonstrated again by using just ordinary table salt. Simply add a pinch of salt to the water. Stir it so that it dissolves nicely. And let's take the TDS measurement again. As you can see, the TDS measurement has now increased to 449 parts per million of the RO water, simply by adding a little bit of table salt. So ask the sales consultant, if TDS is supposed to be a measurement of water quality, and a high TDS measurement represents poor water quality, then why did the water quality of the RO water decline so rapidly from just adding a little bit of ordinary table salt to it? Now that you've seen this sales scam demonstrated to you, you can avoid being tricked into purchasing the wrong type of water purification system for your particular needs. The fact of the matter is, there is no simple and easy way of determining the overall quality of your water without having a sample analyzed by a trained water scientist. H2O International South Africa offers a water analysis service where you can bring us a 1 liter sample of your water and we will send it off to an accredited independent laboratory for a water analysis. Afterwards, we will discuss this water analysis with you in detail and help you to select the correct water purification system for your needs. For more information on H2O International South Africa, please visit www.h2o.co.za. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope that you found this video informative and helpful.